to the bold analysis, the Raila Odinga Burial Steering Committee has made a drastic decision, and they're saying that looking at the crowds and the mood of the country, it will not be possible at this point to take Odinga to Lee Funeral Home or Parliament, because that was the plan, that he will be taken to Lee Funeral Home, maybe for some preservation. Then from there, he will be taken back to Parliament for viewing ahead of the state funeral slated for tomorrow. So many things are going to change, and Opiyo Wandayi, CS Inajo Opiyo Wandayi, has clarified that information, that it is not going to be possible to take Odinga to Parliament and Lee Funeral Home. I've seen the barricades, and looking at what has happened in Parliament, there is really a lot of, the number is huge, and they might not get away with it. So that is the update we are actually getting at this point. And I want to show you why that burial committee, steering committee, that was being chaired by Kindiki, they have really failed on their job. Or the NIS underestimated Odinga. Odinga was a movement. Odinga was a political movement that has been there for the last like 20 years or so. And so this moment was a moment that they needed to they underestimated it. And I want to show you footages from the airport, just to give you a sneak peek of what happened, where security officers who are supposed to make sure that the reception is done in a more organized manner were overwhelmed, and they even joined mourners. One of the heartbreaking videos I saw, a clip I saw, is Bill Arocho, who was protecting Raila during the 2022 general election, holding the casket and crying. Yeah, it really touched. Even the military guys who are the military police who are there were overrun, and I want to show you why the security, there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and they must go back to the drawing board for the 3 days, today, 4 days, today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, until Raila Odinga is buried. Look at this video. This is the flyover. This is the expressway. People were lined up in the expressway, and Mombasa Road, by 8 a.m., Mombasa Road was already full to the brim. So their first plan was that they were going to, their first plan was that they were going to show, let me say, they were to be blocked Wasingie Airport. In majority, the crowd was actually outside the airport. And I think some decision was made to try to deflate, sijui walikuwa nataka kufungua the traffic, to allow the crowd get to the airport. And if you look at this, the crowd get there. Now before it, there is something someone has been asking me. I have seen this photo of, you see this cape. This is Raila Odinga's cape. This photo was taken by Stephen Leto while they were in India. Your cape was seated somewhere. Not Ida Odinga. Winnie Odinga, Raila Odinga's chogo means last born, was captured in the airport holding this cape. Na hata jana akiwa, this one is when he was at the airport holding this cape. And you will even understand in a different photo that we also shared. I think there is a different photo in India where hiyo cape alikuwa ameweka juu ya casket ya babake. And someone asked me, Kevin, what about it? No, I think one thing I've seen someone saying is that hiyo ndio cape Raila alikuwa anapenda sana. But I think it is customary that when an old man is going, He can always give something. Might, apart from that, might even give you a watch. It is customary from the Luo culture. But I think it's not a Luo culture thing. It's almost everywhere. Anaweza ita mtoto aseme wewe na kupatia. It might be small thing but very symbolic. And no, one thing I've told you, one thing I've realized, do you realize Winnie is very strong? If you checked, Winnie is very strong. I've not seen her breaking down. And that cape could be is her consolation. Anangalia your cape, ataki kuwipe the tears. And I really admire, since yesterday, I really admire her strength. I can confess, I'm not that strong. I'm a bit weak. So we will wait and see. Maybe if she will ever talk about it, she will give us something about it. I'm a bit interested. Now, this is the video of the crowd getting to the airport. You look at this number is very huge. This is a huge number. You know, someone is asking why. These people, hawa watu unaona airport, hawa ni watu wamekuwa na Raila into these rallies. They've seen Raila in their downest moments. These are the people that escorted Raila on presidential petitions. These are the people that were in pipeline when William Ruto battalion sent police and the police were firing bullets at the car Raila alikuwa. These were the people that were tear-gassed in town when Raila called them for protest. And this is the people I call Raila mania. This is the suicidal supporters. And that is why I can say it will be they're not just mourners. There are his supporters. And it will be difficult on how they are going to manage it. The security team seemed to have been caught flat-footed. What was supposed to be an organized welcoming ceremony descended into chaos. Carpet liners who were supposed to provide the guard of honor were actually shoved off as William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta retreated back to their VIP space as police abandoned the barricades there. And in this video, you can see Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto, and the others, and the others there, and Raila Odinga's family there. I wish Kalonzo was in the country. Kalonzo would have been there. I don't know why the opposition guys are not there. They can just go. I don't know what's the issue. But you can see them being received there, and they went to receive Raila Odinga at the airport. But that was not possible. Now, in this is a trending media that I've seen. People crossing those security barricades. Hapo walivuka wakienda mali the plane was. At this point, the police were just staring helplessly. There was nothing they could do about it. Because the numbers were there. You also don't want to mess around with them. Because a slight mistake, that crowd will descend into one-term chants. A slight mistake. So that's why you see the security details were also very cagey on what to do. You also don't want a confrontation at that point. Remember, this is a funeral that the whole world is watching. So they also didn't want that confrontation. And any sort of confrontation, they understand that that crowd is made up of very suicidal Raila supporters. They don't care if these people always are ready to take bullets for Odinga when Odinga is standing there. And Odinga's on top of the car and they protect Baba. How about if they are seeing him dead there? You know? And something that people did not understand is this. If I was someone organizing Raila's reception, you know what I would have done? I would have organized a 30 minutes viewing at the airport. Just even 1 hour. What would you have achieved? Kuna watu wakishaona wataenda nyumbani. They would have given it a closure. Personally, I know that kuna kitu nasimama inaitwa kusimama kwa liel, which is just going after the burial. I know I'll make my journey to Kango Kajaramogi and give it a closure. So, to that point, they would have tried something. The organized military salute of honor at the airport had to be abandoned as Kenyans all over the red carpet giving their own leaves salutes to a man they loved beyond love. No one knows how they mourn. The nation has never prepared for this level of mourning. Even the defense forces were never prepared for this. That was a man of the people. I saw Kindiki trying to convince them, and they chased Kindiki. And at this point, I wonder, this is the time that we needed the ODM team to take control of the crowd. But then let me tell you, the people that can control that crowd are, according to me, some 3 people. The crowd will listen to Oburu Odinga, his Raila's brother. So family is highly regarded. They might, and they will also listen to Winnie. They will also listen to Ida. And another person is Babu Awino. These are the people that can control this crowd. So if you want to, for the next 3 days, that Odinga will be around here, make sure those people are in the front line. Of course, the family is a bit reserved because of other things and of other engagements. But make sure you have Babu in the front line. If you have these parading security officers, I saw at Wayamesh Airport, Wayamesh Parliament, another Wayamesh in Lee Funeral Home. I said, guys, what are you saying? You cannot stop those people. Out ni wengi. And the whole thing will descend into chaos. So they went there, and this is another video that I've not liked it though. Yes, we love Baba, but we should also allow Baba to be buried with some dignity though. This is the video, guys getting to the plane. Even though there is nothing so bad about this, to me, I know that ile kitu yuko ni hawa watu wanataka kuona mwili ya Raila. I know that is a problem. And the moment that viewing will happen, it will give them closure. It will give them some sort of closure. Now, someone asked me about this chant of Ongega Mababu Senego. What do they mean? Okay. This chant, what they are singing there, they're saying, Ongenga Mababu Senego, Ongenga Mababu Senego, to mean it is a chant to show there is no one Baba has killed. And they're trying to say, Baba has died a good man. And then there is another one you also hear, Baba Biro Yauneo, Baba Biro Yauneo, to mean Baba is coming, fungua njia. And that one really worked well, because the moment they started chatting Baba Biro Yauneo, to mean Baba is coming, fungua njia, that people understand was saying, they know now they need to open the way for Odinga to come. And if they want to control it, this time, let the state pick influential Gor Mahia people there. How wenye unaona wanaimba wenye kwa frontline, hawa ndio weke wa control your crowd, wata control. Weka hawa. Polisi hawataweza, because people have a venom with the police. Make sure you match it with them, so that wale wanaweza cool maze, those ones can cool them. This is experiment that happened in Gor Mahia. Wakati wa kurusha hizo mawe, what they did, wale watu influential kwa hizo group ndio walikuwa wanatumia. So make sure you get hold of those people and put them in the front line. Hawa watu wanawasikia. So that is what is going on there. The JKA footages are showing overwhelmed security officers joining mourners who insisted on receiving Raila Odinga's body. The security apparatus will have an uphill task to control the crowd until Odinga is buried in Bondo, which I can tell you will be attended by everyone from Luo Nation. Everyone. Everyone from Luo Nation. From my home to Kangoka Jaramogi, I wish I could go, guys. Lakini I have some engagement here. From my home to Kangoka Jaramogi, Odinga is going to be buried next to Kangoka Jaramogi, ni mahali baba yake alizaliwa. It's not far. And I've been talking to people down there. People are going there in their numbers. And it has never been easy for any funeral of a prominent Luo, because there is something called Jogi. Jogi spirits. Spirits take control. You can look at it as emotions. They're emotions, but those are spirits. They control and disrupt the protocols. Remember, in Nairobi, there is something called Teroburu. There is something called Teroburu. In Kisumu, you will see it. Teroburu, and you'll see, I think it will see probably on Saturday, you will see cows on the road heading there. Say zinaenda kuchinjwa. That is part of the custom. And remember, Raila was a custom person. Raila ni mtu alikuwa anapenda sana Luo culture. So you are going to see a lot of Teroburu. And that's why I'm telling you that in Luo Nyanza uko Bondo, you will be controlling the people and controlling their cows, because they are going to be there in huge. They're going to be there in their numbers. I think this is it. And I want to talk to Luo people. And I want to talk to Raila supporters. They're not only Luo. Raila supporters were across the country. We loved Baba. And let's also, because Baba was our property, but Baba was also an international icon. So let us try also to have decorum and give way where that is the right thing. I believe that the state is putting every effort to make sure that they streamline other aspects. Odinga was supposed to be taken to Lee Funeral Home for some preservation. But I would also suggest that if it is impossible, let the doctors get to that place that car has Nawatibu Bababu. Because it's not going to be easy to control these crowds. Given that the morning is also just a period of 4 days. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my take on what I saw. One thing I would want to say is there is nothing to worry about. There is nothing shocking about what happened in JKA. That is it. No one was prepared for that. No one was prepared for that. And Luo funeral is normally very challenging. It's different. Sorry to say the least, but just to say the least, but it's a bit different. And that is why you are seeing emotions outpouring and all that happening. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. We are still gathering. I'm following up pole pole. When I get any critical update that I can give you, that I'm supposed to give you, I'll always come back here to give an update. Thank you.